It's the memorial season, and we're inviting people either by letter, phone, or informally with our invitation. Now, on the back of the invitation, there's a question: why did Jesus die? And it points to a video either we can show on jw.org or we can play it on our device. And I'd like to play a portion of this video.
Jesus was a perfect man, just as Adam had been. However, unlike Adam, Jesus remained obedient. This allowed him to give his life as a ransom in exchange for many. But how could the death of one man benefit all of mankind? Well, imagine that the manager of a large factory steals money from the company. His actions plunge the company into debt, forcing it to shut down. The workers lose their jobs and cannot pay their bills. Many suffer because of that one man's corruption. Now suppose a kind and generous man feels sorry for all those who are suffering. He is moved to pay off the debt and reopen the company. By canceling that one debt, he brings relief to all the employees and their families. Adam is like that corrupt manager. When he rebelled, he incurred a large debt of sin and passed it on to his children. Jesus is like the generous man. When he gave up his perfect human life, he paid off the debt of sin and reopened the prospect of living forever for each of us.
There's also an article on jw.org entitled, "How is Jesus' Sacrifice a Ransom for Many?" And this is a real interesting article because it helps us explain how the ransom works. Because there's three components. Number one, payment. Number two, release. Number three, corresponds to the value of what is paid. Now, we're familiar with those three concepts, but people are kind of fuzzy about how that relates to a ransom, and we need to help them appreciate it. And what the bottom line is that everlasting life costs something. It's not a freebie, okay? Adam and Eve lost a beautiful gift, everlasting life. And this isn't rocket science. It's very simple. Romans 5:19 explains how this works, okay? Romans 5:19, which says, "For just as through the disobedience of the one man many were made sinners, so also through the obedience of the one person many will be made righteous." So, Eve listened to the serpent. Adam listened to Eve. They both disobeyed and they lost everlasting life in paradise. Disaster. And all they could do is give us what they got, which was disaster. How do we get everlasting life back? Jehovah's teaching us it costs something to get that back. And what was it according to Romans? It was the obedience of one man that was equal to what Adam lost. So you could say that Adam was the first to not follow the Apple terms and conditions, which lead to disaster. So let's say you buy a brand new iPhone. I don't mean the cheap iPhone. I mean you buy the most expensive iPhone there is. And it's got all the bells and whistles, and you get it delivered and you turn it on and it works and it's just beautiful. But someone comes up to you and says, "Oh, you know what? Your iPhone would be a lot cooler if you tweak it." And the way you tweak it is you open up the case and you do this, and then it'll be so much cooler. And you decide, "Oh, okay." and you tweak it, and then, oh, your beautiful iPhone, it's flickering, making weird noises and pixels all over the screen. And you go, oh, it's broke. I broke it. So you go to Apple and you say, fix it. I have a warranty because I bought Apple Care Plus, accidental loss and theft and damage. Well, Apple discovers you opened the case. And guess what? You voided the warranty. Oh no! And then you decide, well, I'll just give it to one of my friends. Here. And your friend tries, oh, it's beautiful. It's broken. Goes to Apple. Apple tells him the same thing. Comes back to you and says, what are you, nuts? And so there you are with your broken iPhone. But then knock, knock, knock on the door. Go to the door. And guess who's at the door? Tim Cook. He's the head of Apple. He says, I've heard about your issue, and I'm willing to replace your iPhone. Yeah? Yeah, but you got to do one thing. What? Obey the terms and conditions of the manufacturer. Oh, I see the advantage of that. You are happy. Well, now, do you understand the ransom a little better? The Father sent his Son to the earth, and he obeyed the manufacturer's instructions, and he bought back everlasting life for us. So let's invite people to the memorial so they can understand the ransom. Let's say a prayer.